So there's three main things that we've done over the last couple of years. I think the first one that is very important to start with as soon as possible is piloting as many solutions as possible. For instance, we were the first company or first airline to try to drop in SAF in our regular tanks, and there, can I go again? Sorry, I was a little bit distracted by the noise.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, great. There's three main things that I would recommend that we have done in the past. The first is to pilot as many solutions as possible. For instance, we were the first airline to mix SAF into our regular operations in 2011, and also in 2021 we were the first airline to mix eSAF, synthetic SAF, into our tanks. So testing and learning, seeing what is possible, is the first thing I would really recommend to also do here. The second thing is to invest. If possible at all, try and invest in factories, try and invest in new breakthrough technologies, because we need new types of feedstock, new types of production facilities to really bring scale and bring down the prices of SAF. And the third, for airlines specifically, is to have a sourcing strategy and a sourcing policy whereby we try to really play a role in the value chain, for instance, through letters of intent, MOUs, but also guaranteed offtake agreements, because that's often the security that producers need in order to really scale up their own production. So we've seen that policy is incredibly important to scale SAF. And in Europe we have a mandate, which is so-called stick. So it brings responsibility to the airlines to source more SAF. We recommend mandates, but we also recommend that there's subsidies to go along with those types of mandates, because we know the price of SAF is 3 to 4 times more expensive than regular kerosene, and eSAF is even 10 times more expensive. So we need public policy, but also subsidy to really make this a reality. The third is also to, I have to go again with that one too. What was it again? Policy, cost reduction. Oh yeah, no. Can I go again?
Yeah.
Sorry. I think there's three learnings that we, again. There's three things that should happen from a policy perspective. First of all, there should be commitment and policy recommendations from the governments. For instance, a mandate, but that's a stick. We also think that there should be carrots, subsidies wherever possible. Then there also needs to be a lot of investments in technology. So how can we ensure that we share the technology that's out there? There's a lot of best practices, there's a lot of proven technology. How do we make sure that we get that technology, that information also here on the African continent, ready to use open source wherever possible? And then lastly, I think we need to work together. We need to see how we can scale, how we can bring the prices down, how we can demonstrate commitment, collaboration, but also those concrete steps by working together, small scale in public-private partnerships. So we're working together a lot with all 27 airlines that are participating in the Aviation Challenge, but we also work together specifically, for instance, with Virgin in realizing their SAF 100 flight from London to New York. So we tested whether the motors of those planes could actually deal with 100% SAF in our engine test bed. So I think that's exactly how we want to work together. We want to test, learn, share the knowledge that is required to make those concrete actions possible. And in this case, that was with the SAF 100 flight for Virgin Atlantic. But we're also working together with a lot of airlines, trying to see how we can persuade customers to also buy more SAF. So for instance, we offer XP points from our loyalty program, which a lot of other airlines are also doing together with us, and we're blending 100% SAF on all Aviation Challenge flights. So I think the governments, also on the African continent, can learn from the European Commission and the European continent in three ways. First of all, we have a very clear commitment. We have very clear policies around both the amount of SAF that we need to blend and also the criteria of the SAF that we blend. So there's a level playing field to that extent within the European Union. Secondly, there's also a lot of initiatives we're now looking at that will bring down the cost of SAF, because this is one of the biggest bottlenecks to increase the use of SAF. It's the price. The fact that SAF is 4 or 5 times more expensive than regular kerosene, synthetic SAF even 10 times more expensive. We need to find mechanisms that bring down the price, and governments play a very, very big role on this. And the third is ensuring that there's a real good exchange of knowledge and infrastructure that's out out there, because SAF has proven technologies. We know how to do it. We don't know how to mature the technology yet, but we do know how to do it. And I think here we need to ensure that there's a sharing of knowledge. And I think the Aviation Challenge, for one, is a fantastic way to do that, because we openly share all that we know around SAF, and hopefully this will also bring acceleration of SAF production on the African continent. I leave this room feeling very excited, motivated, and also hopeful, because I saw a lot of people in the room either representing the government, representing the industry, representing airlines. They all are clear that they're committed, they are motivated to bring change, and I believe with that willpower that the real acceleration of SAF on the African continent can and will take place, and it really excites me.